Hey guys, Dr. Robert Fredrickson here, and today we're going to talk about fish oil and what to look for in a quality fish oil product. So, I'm in the industry and I talk to clinicians all day about this, and one of the things that I have noticed is there's a trend with patients alike is that people look for the best buy. They look for the best buy on Amazon, they look for the best buy when they're looking for a toy for their son, but here's the reason why you don't want to look for the best buy when you're buying a fish oil. One is the freshness or the purity factor of the fish oil matters because the industry average for the catch to capsule, meaning when they catch the fish from the sea to when they encapsulate it into a capsule, is anywhere from 18 months to 36 months. And that's just before you buy that product. That's not even saying how much longer it's going to sit on the shelf. And so that matters because a lot of people have what's called a fish burp or fish repeat, which usually can be caused from a few things. One being a rancid oil. A bad fish oil can have that lingering fish taste. So a lot of fish oil manufacturers will do what's called enteric coating. Now, enteric coating poses a few problems. One is the chemicals involved in the enteric coating itself, because there's PVAP, which can be, some people actually classify as a carcinogen, but there's just also harmful chemicals that are kind of concerning when you're thinking about what you're ingesting into your body. So some of the fish oil companies that I like to use do a very, very fresh oil, very fast turnaround, catch a capsule, meaning they actually catch these fish off some of the southern coast of Chile or Peru, which are some of the most least industrialized coasts to begin with. So they actually have harbors on site where they catch the fish, can actually manufacture them right there, send them to the headquarters over in the United States, and then get them to the clinician and to the patient as quick as possible. And so that matters. So some of the catch capsules that I like to recommend are anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And some of these fish oils that I recommend also do not have any enteric coating because they are a fresh oil. Okay, so that's the purity, that's the freshness part to look for. So obviously the most expensive supplement is the one that doesn't work. And actually in fish oil, it can actually get some more harm than good if you're not spending enough money, because some of these cheaper fish oils might have enteric coating, might actually have rancid oils that actually are going to be more pro-inflammatory than anti-inflammatory. So that matters. I forgot to mention some of the benefits of fish oil. If you're wondering, one, it's just balancing the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Basically, omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. They are what's found in fish oil. Omega-6s are corn oil, safflower oil, some other bad oils that we get every single day. So the ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s is too large. Sometimes it's 20 to 1, and we need to get that down. Some studies show anywhere from 4 to 1 from omega-6 to omega-3. Just because we need more of these anti-inflammatory, helpful fatty acids in our diets to balance our lipid membranes, to keep us healthy. Some studies show it takes 2 years to actually get new cells to turn over in the lipid membrane, so it takes time, but fish oil can definitely have benefits on cardiovascular health, lipid health, etc. So getting good quality fish oil matters. Okay, so the next part is the process. So when fish oil manufacturers are cleaning these fish off, they do what's usually will go through an ethylation step. Basically, they are going to attach a ethyl group to a glycerol backbone. They're going to cleave off the 3 fatty acids off that glycerol backbone, which is in the normal triglyceride structure, and they're going to use that ethanol to stabilize the oil, keep it from oxidizing, and then they're going to use that to bump up EPA and DHA levels. Well, a lot of companies know that's the most efficient step that they think they need to do, so they actually stop there. Well, the companies I'm recommending, like Nordic Naturals or Orthomolecular Products, Orthomega, they do what's called reesterification. So they actually will reesterify the fatty acids back to the original structure, back to that glycerol backbone, having that triglyceride structure, which is bioidentical in nature, meaning when your body gets a triglyceride form of omega-3, it gets incorporated into these cells a lot easier than what's called an ethyl ester. So that matters because the absorption matters, the omega-3 index matters, how much is actually getting into the cell is what you want. So the omega-3 index is a marker of how much omega-3s are in the red blood cells, and this can be indicated or can get better results when you use a reesterified triglyceride form. So look for the triglyceride form in your fish oils. And also it's funny to note that some of the pharmaceutical grade fish oils like the Cepa and Lavazza, they are pharmaceuticals, right? You have to use a script for those, but they're still in the ethyl ester form. So, meaning some of these really good clinical grade products that I'd like to recommend actually have some better data on absorption than those. Fun fact. All right, the next one is going to be, how do you know that this product is clean? Are they testing for additional contaminants? Okay, so when you're looking for a fish oil, there's many different types. There's krill oil, there's cod liver oil, there's tuna oil, there's salmon oil, and then there's the ones that I like, which are the smaller fish, the smaller oily fish, sardines, anchovies, and mackerel. I like the smaller fish because there's less risk of upper chain toxicity effects. There's lesser chance of mercury, arsenic levels being elevated because these are the smallest fish, right? They're not being obtained from larger fish, etc. And so when you're using these smaller fish, you actually get really good EPA, DHA levels, but you also have less chance of that happening. So what a good quality fish oil manufacturer will do is they will test the oxidation or the TOTOX values of the fish oil, but they'll also test for arsenic, cadmium, lead, aluminum, mercury, all of these things, but also just testing is the fish oil oxidized, and that's the main thing you want to look for. But another thing to look for is all these other additional contaminants. So a lot of the companies that I recommend are doing third-party lab analysis. So they're sending their fish oil off to another company. So either Eurofins or I5. These are some of the big ones. They're testing for 400 additional contaminants to make sure that you have a clean product. And if you don't have if they don't have a clean raw material, they will actually send it back, or they will discard it until they get a quality product from that raw material manufacturer. But unfortunately, a lot of these companies, they don't do that. So they're just getting fish oil that maybe only has in-house lab tests, or maybe even none of that, and they're just selling it to you because someone told them it was good. But we always say trust, but verify. So always make sure you're getting a quality fish oil that's been tested and vetted to actually have no contaminants, okay? So again, this is my synopsis for how to find a good quality fish oil. Again, it all goes back to 3 P's: process, purity, and